is one of the age-old arguments, isn't it? What is more important, winning trophies as a football fan or the actual style of football? What would you prefer? Enjoying the football throughout a season or living through games and weeks on end of pain and crap football but getting a trophy at the end of it? You've got two other ends of the spectrum in Manchester United against Spurs. What is more important, though, because this is the Premier League, the biggest and most lucrative league in the world, and these two giants, so-called giants, are 10th and 11th battling it out this weekend on Super Sunday. What has happened to the former massive club? What has happened to Spurs? Are Spurs playing better than Manchester United? There's loads that we can talk about. What is more important? We're full on debate mode tonight, everybody. Get into the live chat. Let me know what you think. Get your say on it. And just been talking about Ten Hag, what he's done, what he's succeeded with. He thinks he's done an all right job. We'll go into details on that. A few other bits of transfer news as well. Obi Martin is finally a Manchester United player. He's over the line after Premier League ratification was cleared for the 16-year-old Arsenal Wonderkid. He is now a Manchester United academy player and he's expected to play between the under-18s and 21s this season, with future fast-tracking progress possibly there for the first team. We will see. It's Forever United TV. Get your likes in, everybody, please. Let's get them likes right up there on this video. Also, make sure you've subscribed as well to Forever United TV to miss out on none of the free content flooding into you daily. 3 times a day daily. And it's match day this weekend. Of course, big weekend ahead for United and loads of different content coming your way. We're at Old Trafford, bringing you instant reaction. As always, it's going to be a very, very dicey affair. What's the right phrase for it? You come up with some in the chat and let me know. Let's get into the debate, everybody. Welcome along. Hope you're doing well. If you are joining us for the first time, welcome along to the Friday night show. Live and fully interactive. Getting your comments and your thoughts on everything. Now, look, Ange Postecoglou. I like the way he plays football. I like the risk-reward football. There's a lot of risk, an awful lot of risk with the way he plays, and that could, in fact, play into Manchester United's hands this season. That high line that United like to play against. Yes, we may concede chances. Yes, we may actually concede a few goals to Spurs, but we will create. We will 100% create chances against Spurs. They play into our hands in a way by playing that high line, just basically feeding into the Ten Hag style, really, because we've got fast forwards. It suits Marcus Rashford. It suits that quick ball from Bruno Fernandes. So that's why I would see both of them players actually playing in this game this weekend. There is a big debate about who is actually going to be starting for Manchester United. On our Twitter page, we've got a poll going up right now. Would you rather have Xerxes there instead of Bruno? There's all sorts going on. But yeah, Ange plays attacking, risky football, and the Spurs fans are loving it. They're not happy continuously losing points, though. So what is more important? Points on the board or actually the style of football? Because, like I said, like Ten Hag last season, if you're looking at the league, you would say actually it goes further than points on the board or style of football, because last season Spurs played better football than us and finished higher than us in the league. The difference being is we actually got a trophy, and we did the season before. So when Ange has been asked questions about Ten Hag, he's doing a great job in a difficult position. At Old Trafford, it's not easy. They have great quality players. We had a very good game there last year. It was 2-2, and it was an exciting game. We'll be ready again. I think Erik ten Hag has done very well in a very difficult position. He keeps mentioning that he has won 2 trophies, and he has. I don't think that's insignificant. People keep telling me that is what I have to do. So even though, like, I said that wrong now then, sorry. It's what I have to do, though. So it's not just that you play decent football. It's the fact that you need to win trophies. You need to get your hands on silverware. That's what we have sort of, or the sort of Ten Hag in people around Manchester United, the fan base that actually want Ten Hag in no matter what. They just want change, and that means that not sacking a manager after 2 seasons. These people would always argue, look, our style of football is winning trophies. That's what we've done the last 2 seasons. Well, Spurs' style of football, yeah, maybe good on the eye, but they haven't got a trophy, have they? And Spurs would rip your hand off right now if you offered them what Manchester United have had and what we've had to celebrate. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because whereas you've got what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said, he clearly said, look, managers who go on about trophies and winning trophies. It's just an ego trip for the manager. There's nothing else in it, really. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're progressing. Progression is in the league. We all know it's in the league. And Spurs are doing better than Manchester United in the league. I still can't believe this fixture is 10th versus 11th. It just goes to show, doesn't it? You can play all the pretty football in the world, but you're still mid-table. Mid-table fodder playing all this nice attacking football. I'll say this, though, for Spurs in terms of that position and where they are in the league. And what Ange's saying now is they've had tougher games, I feel. They have had harder games than Manchester United so far this season. And I feel like their league position probably doesn't... I think that the way that they're playing doesn't warrant the league position is what I'm saying. I don't think Ange Postecoglou's team have been that bad. I really don't. And I think he's getting a lot of stick. Look, Spurs won last night. They won at weekend and they won in the week against Coventry in the League Cup last week as well. So they're on the back of 3 wins against United. So Ange is doing something right. He is, isn't he? And I think he's in as much pressure situation as Ten Hag right now because of the trophy, though. And he always says, didn't he, like, look, I always win a trophy in my second season. I bet he regrets saying that now, doesn't he? But yeah, when he's talking about Ten Hag, he's obviously got the managers' union debate going on here, and he is saying that, look, he's doing a good job because he's winning trophies, and you can't ignore trophies. Every manager will always look at their trophy cabinet and say, look at my winners' medals. This is what I will bring. And you will get a lot of fans on board with that. But I think it only works at a certain size club. Whereas Spurs are desperate for a trophy, I think United would be accepting of actually being right up there and competing for the biggest trophies, because Spurs are not competing for the league. Spurs are not competing for the Champions League. You've got to be in it to do that, obviously. And this pretty football hasn't taken them to that place. So where Spurs fans are desperate for any trophy and just to sing and actually celebrate picking up that trophy at Wembley, like Manchester United fans, I think, are at a different stage now. We want to actually see substance. We want to see a better playing style. We want to see more on the pitch, progression on the pitch. We get the poll up right now, actually, just to add to this one. What do you prefer, boring football and the odd cup trophy? No trophy, but competitive football. Let's get that one going and see how many people go down the road of no trophy on this one. And we'll give that a bit of a run out through the rest of this stream. But, yeah, I feel like... Look, Ange Postecoglou he's writing what he's saying. He's writing, obviously, alluding to Ten Hag's trophies. I think he is. I think he is a good manager himself. He has won trophies before, but obviously at a different level. The Premier League is a completely different animal to anything else, though, isn't it? And it will swallow you whole. Absolutely swallow you whole if you don't... Well, if you let it. If you let it get on top of you, it will absolutely destroy you, the Premier League. And I think at times we've seen that sort of like spiky side of Ange Postecoglou. I think he has been that manager. And I think he has got... is my mic down a little bit? Sorry if everyone can't hear me. I don't think it's an issue. Let me just double check something quickly on the sound just to make sure. I think that's a bit better now, isn't it? I think so anyway, yep. Sorry, I didn't even realise then, guys. But just let me know if there is any issues technical-wise, and I will rectify it straight away. I do apologise. Please don't shout at me. Okay, I'm going to get into the chat. We are making it interactive tonight. I want to know, just straight out of the box, like, what is more important? Actually enjoying the football you're going watching week in, week out, which I think Spurs fans would say, even if it meant not picking up a trophy, or... is it a case of getting dejected, sitting through really boring crap football, but then having that glory and that massive end to a season? I don't, like I said, it's until you've witnessed both, I suppose, you can't really say. I think Manchester United are in that position now where we just want to see consistent football as a fan base now. We want to see more from this team, which we know has got all the talent under the sun. We just don't want individual games here and there. That's not what Man United are all about. And I feel like we've actually got to a stage now where it's like, yeah, the cups are great and the Wembley trips and the finals, and it's fantastic, but this isn't what this club is. We need to be consistently playing as good as we are in these odd cup games here and there. Otherwise, it is going to just turn fans away, and no one's going to end up turning up. But, hey, look, Ange would give anything for a trophy. So would Spurs right now. But, really, I think Manchester United fans would take the football that Spurs are playing. I mean, Ange seems to have made a difference in playing style as quickly as Ten Hag did in terms of bringing trophies into the football club again. which one is better. That's what you've got to look at. Let's get into more of what Andrew's saying as well. In terms of Old Trafford and the stadium, he's just looking forward to going back. He's not bothered. No stadium scares him, but he likes the atmosphere at Old Trafford. He thinks it's really good. So, yeah, really, when you look at the 2 games from last season between United and Spurs, I think it was the second game of the season, we got beat 2-0, didn't we? Poor refereeing decision for a handball. And then we had the 2-2 draw where we were just opened up by Spurs at will, and we just managed to turn up for that one game. I've already done a piece for another Spurs channel where I've just said that the worrying thing for Spurs in this game is the fact that Manchester United could just turn up. And we can just turn up. That's what this team is. We have got that in us. And unfortunately for Spurs, it could be this weekend. It could be Sunday when United do turn up and Spurs are the victims of another Manchester United digging themselves out of a hole scenario, because that's what Manchester United do really well. And I feel like Spurs is the perfect team to be playing when you're down. It weirdly is. Look, don't get me wrong. I've seen a lot of people already in the chat and you're all saying the same thing, which is, look, Spurs could absolutely open us up, and they can. They really can. I think first goal in this game is going to be massive, because I don't think United have got it in them to actually start coming back and getting the 3 points out of games. I don't know why. They just don't seem to have it in them. We need to score first. If United score first, this game is on, I feel, because Spurs will keep on piling forward, and I feel like Manchester United will just try and counter them and keep catching them. I think that's what's going to happen in this game. Total Spurs says, I think what you're all failing to realise is when Ange gets this spot on winning will come. When Ange gets this spot on winning will come. Style will come and trophies will come. It's the long run, not short-term trophy success. It's a fair point. It's a fair point. I get what he's saying there. Clearly a Spurs fan, obviously. I just don't think Manchester United fan base is patient enough. I think that's where we're at. I think Spurs, obviously, I don't think the expectation is as high at Spurs as it is at Manchester United, and that's no disrespect to them, because obviously they are a big club still, but Manchester United are expected to be challenging for the title. And I feel like when a new manager comes in, just because he's getting trophies, it makes it look like it has been better than what it was before. Whereas Spurs, I think they would give a manager more time. I think you can actually see what Ange's doing and what he's trying to do, and I think that's the big thing in all of this. I think you can see a style, you can see a system, and I can see why fans would want to give him more time, because you can see this actually working. Whereas Ten Hag, it is full on hit and hope. And that is literally how the season has gone. Last season for Ten Hag. There was a little bit more consistent in the first season, but don't forget, we shipped 6s, 7s and 5s in that season as well, in big defeats. So it is a little bit hot or cold with Ten Hag and Manchester United. We've got Honest Tiger in, who has just renewed his membership. Thank you, buddy. 10 months a member. Wow. End of the day, it's about winning trophies, no matter how we play or how bad or good. If we win the league playing bad football, I still be happy. Keep up the good work. Cheers, mate. If we win the league playing like this, I'll be absolutely blown away. I will. That is a long shot and a half. Uncle Sam from Vietnam. First super chat. Thank you, buddy. Ten Hag must go if we don't win 2 from the next 3. I take it that means Spurs, Porto, Villa. Uncle Sam is what you're saying there. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. Aaron Mitchell says, sure they can. We're 0-1-2 against Spurs in the last 3 games. Yep. I know. 7 months a member, Malps. Thank you, mate. Adam, do you think this manager will ever drop Bruno? No, I don't. I think he'll drop him for certain games, but he's been out defending Bruno Fernandes in his press conference this week. He's saying he will come good again. We discussed it yesterday, I think, actually, about Bruno Fernandes will always be in this team. He'll always have a place in Ten Hag's team, Bruno Fernandes. And I feel like we are going to have to suffer that with a lot of players that Ten Hag just believes in. Like, they will just give him everything in training. They will just do anything that he wants them to do. And he does believe that they have got the quality. And when you look at Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford in particular, they're always the ones that are being debated. They're the ones that have actually put up numbers. So Ten Hag looks at them two as the ones that are going to be the players that really dig him out of the holes that he's in. And they will constantly get game time because of this. He's already said it about Rashford, and he said it yesterday about Bruno Fernandes as well. And to answer the question, Malps, I don't see him ever dropping Bruno for a big game. He will be playing on Sunday, Bruno Fernandes. You can guarantee it. Ten Hag will get until Christmas. Ineos will give him that and evaluate the progress made in the Europa League. Yep, I can see that happening. I can. We have another super chat, this time from Gray, legend mate. Adam, cake is free. Liberate, everyone celebrate this. I'll celebrate with some cake tomorrow or Sunday if United win. That's it. If you're wondering what the cake talk is all about, the mods on this channel have got some mad cake theme going. I don't know. But thanks for the super chat, Greg. I think I'll go and buy a piece of cake with it. Thomas, why are we waiting to sack Erik ten Hag? He never get it right. Has no game plan. No Southgate. Ole Roy Keane is the man. Won't take crap. Knows United like the back of his hand. I don't think Roy Keane is the man. I think it's too much. He can't handle modern day football as Roy Keane, I don't think. So never going to be selected or even considered for Manchester United job, in my opinion. James Turkish, as much as I want Erik ten Hag to be successful, he's shown he's not. He's shown he's good at one-off games. It just does not translate to league form, and that's so important. Ten Hag will get until Christmas. Yep, I said that one. Anthony says, that's true, Adam. If we concede the first goal in any game, I always feel we're going to lose the game. We don't seem to have the character to come back. Or a plan B, maybe. A few more comments coming in quickly before we move on. James Turkish again. The vast majority of fans want to challenge for the league, FA Cup and League Cup, and nice. But the league is the priority. It is. It is the priority. Boxing says, at Total Spurs, he's changed use. He will not win the Premier League, though, with that ridiculous high line, in my opinion. Like him, no, he's a good character. That was Boxing talking to the Spurs fan. I wonder if it's true Ten Hag rejected the chance to sign Tony. If so, how can he see its goal scorer? Why can't he see it's a goal scorer we're missing? Exactly. We do need that goal scorer. He is trusting in the younger players. He's already answered questions on that and the goal-shy Manchester United season that we're in the middle of, as well as last season. He said we've invested and we want to give these younger players time. I did a video earlier on about players at Manchester United that this 4-year plan just won't suit. The likes of Real Madrid looking at Diogo Dalot, and then he'll be looking at Garnacho as well. I got hailed a load of abuse about doing it because everyone says that we haven't got world-class players. Look, Manchester United have got quality players, and Real Madrid will come in knocking on the door because we're an easy target to take these players away. If you're not challenging for the league or look like you're progressing on the pitch, then if players get a little bit of a sniff of success elsewhere, then they will be off. So the 4-year plan from Berardo, yeah, well, it looks good on paper, and while it's actually good having a plan, like I said in this lunchtime video, you've still got to progress. You've still got to show that you are changing and you are getting better. That's the be-all and end-all. That's the most important thing. So really, it's all about these players feeling like under Ten Hag, they are moving forward. Otherwise, they'll be thinking, look, 4 years? Is that with Ten Hag? Are they actually going to give this guy the chance? Is a new manager going to come in? He might not like me. I might be put down in the reserves again. He might want his players in. It just feeds into the psyche of the player, and then the player's actually thinking, right, wow, okay, maybe I am better off elsewhere. And that's what you've got to deal with. It will be better if Manchester United are actually playing better. Players can actually feel like they're part of something, and the progress they're personally making as well as the team is there for everyone to see. But it's not, is it? That's the big thing. That is the big thing. Please give the video a like, everybody. Let's get that over 100. We're creeping up to it now. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for all the super chats as well that have come in already. United don't create chances for our strikers. This season is the first season we have created the most for our striker. Yeah, and not even the striker, everyone. It's like when people were looking at the Crystal Palace game. 3 of the shots on target came from the 2 centre-backs, for God's sake. And we only had 6 on target. So the chances we created, what were they? Like, Garnacho's off the bar? Honestly, like, we're looking at the chances we're creating here. What do you class as a chance? Clear-cut chance? Clean through on goal chance? Like, there's different chances, isn't there? There's different ways of saying that you created chances in a game. They're not all clear-cut, though, are they? So, yeah, I do think that's mixed up as well, that stat. But it's what it is, isn't it? Obi Martin has finally signed for Manchester United. The ratification from the Premier League is in, and United have another Wonderkid on their books. Yes, it's not going to be helping United's first team this season, maybe not even next season, but Obi Martin, we've talked about this kid an awful lot, and he is finally a Manchester United player. Premier League ratification was cleared this morning. Fabrizio Romano has cleared that. He's tweeted about it as well. He is now a Manchester United player. It's another one of these players that will be fast-tracked through to the first team. We talked about Sekou Kone being the other one and impressing on Carrington's training pitches right now. Everyone can't wait to see him play. I feel like we've got another one here in Obi Martin who is going to be the next in line. And I feel like Manchester United, again, like stretching their arm and really flexing muscles when it comes to the recruitment side of things. It's just a sad state of affairs that the first team are just miles behind everybody else right now from where they should be. Because really we should be celebrating this more and looking at a player there coming in that's actually going to be coming into a free-flowing, attacking, brilliant Manchester United first team side. But it's not there. It isn't there. So you just have to say Obi Martin is a player that we will probably see in the next couple of years. Hopefully he continues his form. What was it? I think 26 goals in 17 games last season he scored. Absolutely brilliant performance from him last season. So happy that that has now been concluded and everything is perfectly set up as well. There are a couple of reports. I'm just going to bring you the news as it comes out. Manchester United are currently unbeaten in their last 4 games, conceding just 1 goal in the process and scoring 11 with 3 clean sheets. Wow, that is a pointless stat if I ever seen one. Good God. Look at the teams that we played in that time. My God. And you talk about scoring 11, 3 clean sheets. That is a do-gooder right there. Laurie Whitwell on Ten Hag. If Ten Hag was sacked, the club would take a separate view on Rennie HAG and Ruud van Nistelrooy. United exhausted manager option in May and June. There is no new compiling candidates yet. That was from Laurie Whitwell talking. So another report coming in there on that one. I think that's as we expected. We definitely knew that Rennie HAG and Ruud van Nistelrooy were going to be coming in to support Ten Hag, but they weren't just Ten Hag signings. They were Ineos and Manchester United signings. So strengthening the structure for someone else to come in. I do believe, like, look, and people always ask me this question, like, if Ten Hag is sacked, who would I want? You don't like Ten Hag, Adam, but who would you bring in? That's not my decision to make. Obviously, that's Ineos's, but I feel now that it will be a coach rather than a manager. I don't think we'll get another manager. I think it'll be a different setup right now. I think it's going to be more of a coach-style manager. I think more like a Ruud van Nistelrooy. And I'm not just saying that because he's there. I just feel like it needs to be someone who is going to listen to the people above him. A man running Manchester United from the top right now is just an old school thought process. It's never going to happen again. I don't think we're ever going to see the likes of a Sir Alex Ferguson or a manager come in that is going to be running everything himself. It's going to be properly structured, and I feel like we're just going to see a coach-style manager come in. Someone who can get the most out of this bleeding team. And Ten Hag still hasn't done it. Rooney was 16 when he first played in the Prem. If you're good enough, you're old enough. I just don't think he's ready for it yet, Lee. That's basically it. If Ten Hag wins a league title for us in the next 4 years, I'll eat hay with a horse while onking like a pig. I think you're safe in that bet, to be honest. Eric Ten Hag is a joker and you need him out ASAP. That's come from a Birmingham fan even. He got it a bit easy because of his height. I'm not sure who that's talking about there. in terms of Bobby Martin, maybe, in terms of his goals. The great thing about football is you can change your fortunes in the next game. Thankfully, we haven't got long to wait. I'm bored with stating the obvious now, so come on United. Andrew, I know what you're saying, but it's hard to see it, isn't it? It's hard to see it. You're going into the game, instead of going into the game knowing what sort of team he's going to play and how we're going to play and how we're going to approach it, it's just pure hope that we get it right. That's all it is. It's just a little bit of hope, hoping that you actually nail it and you get it bang on. Unfortunately, that is that 50-50 every single game for United that we don't want to be talking about. We want to be confident going into a game, but I don't think there's any Manchester United fan confident going into this game against Spurs. I feel like it's just going to be one of them. It's like, let's just see if United actually turn up for a change. And that's shit. We really shouldn't be in that position. We should be looking at this and going, look, it's Spurs. No disrespect again, but we need to be beating Spurs. We need to be beating every team that comes to Old Trafford. And already we've failed twice this season in the first 7 games. One against Liverpool, yes, can happen. FC 20, that was absolutely shocking. We only just scraped past bleeding Fulham, for God's sake. So, yeah, it is a major concern. It is a massive worry that we're actually going in here in just pure hope rather than with an actual plan. That is exactly what Manchester United are doing in this game. And Ange knows exactly how to beat Manchester United. He's done us twice. I think they probably were the better team and probably more unlucky in that game at Old Trafford. They beat us in their second half performance back at the Spurs Stadium earlier on last season. Look, he'll know how to beat Manchester United. But United will get chances. And if United take their chances, they're good enough to take anyone down. And we know that just from what we've done before and how Ten Hag's time at Manchester United is. Ten Hag winning a trophy, haha, and more chance of catching Elton John in bed with my wife. We are never confident these days, not even against relegation fodder. It's true. It's strange how Liverpool and Chelsea found these supposedly unknown coaches, and we have Ineos scared of hitting the Eric Ten Hag eject button because of the lack of good options out there. Yeah. It's the United thing, innit? Again, it's always going to be that pressure which is being a United manager. We need a patient possession-style manager or a counter-attacking manager, in my opinion. What would you rather have? Like, controlled, like ticky-tacky, controlled football like Man City, or like the heavy metal that used to be Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp style? Do you want that cut and thrust of just attacking football, we'll score more than you, or do you want to control games completely? I think we've had the likes of Van Gaal, like we spoke about this morning actually, who has been the closest to that we've seen with any sort of kind of plan for Manchester United. And then you've got, obviously you've had Solskjaer, who's the counter-attacking manager, and now we've got Ten Hag. I honestly don't know. Please give the video a like, everyone. We're just about to creep over the 100 mark. Almost there, everyone. A quick one again. Anybody who is interested in winning a mega prize, there it is. A one-off, custom-made, framed Wayne Rooney boot. Signed boots. Fully authenticated as well. You could also win a Wayne Rooney signed shirt, an Owen Hargreaves signed shirt, and Michael Carrick signed shirt in the same draw. The link is in the live chat right now, right at the top, pinned at the top. Get onto that link and buy your tickets now. If you want the chance to win another ticket, then get that ticket, screenshot the email proof that you've got a ticket, and DM us on Forever United TV on Twitter with that proof, and I will match that ticket purchase and give you another one. So get into buying your tickets now, and make sure that you send us that proof over on Twitter and get another one. A better chance of actually winning the prize, which everybody loves, don't they? That is us all finished for this Friday evening, everybody. A little look ahead and a little talk through what Ange has been saying ahead from the Spurs side. There'll be more news tomorrow, obviously, Saturday. But it is full-on match day mode now. The content switches across to concentrating on matters on the pitch and what's happening this weekend. I'll be back at 8 o'clock tomorrow, so make sure that you are there bright and early with all of your updates ahead of what is going to be a crazy weekend. Make sure you've hit that like button on this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, everybody. I love you all. I will speak to you in the morning, bright and early. Happy weekend, people. And let's hope it's a good one for the Reds. I'll see you all in the morning.